Thanks for staying with us. Bill O'Reilly in the Weekdays with Bernie segment time. Follow up on last week's sensational story that pitted legendary reporter Bob Woodward against the White House. Woodward put forth that economic advisor Gene Sperling said he would regret criticizing the president over the fiscal mess. As I reported, the email exchange indicates that Sperling was saying Woodward would regret being wrong rather than he would swim with the fishes. Joining us now from Miami, the purveyor of BernardGoldberg.com, Mr. Goldberg. So what do you think about all this?
Yeah, I don't think Bob Woodward was threatened. Bob Woodward even says now that he wasn't threatened. It was a benign remark along the lines of what you just said. Now, if Richard Nixon's, people, Haldeman or Ehrlichman, for instance, said, you'll regret it if you go with that story, that would have been a threat. You could expect the IRS to knock on your door the next day. So while this particular president, Barack Obama, has a thin skin, and while his aides can be nasty, no question about that, this is not the second coming of Nixon's enemies list. And having said that, Bill, I spoke to a network correspondent just a few hours ago, and he said that during Barack Obama's first campaign for the White House, first campaign, he did a story that they didn't like. And he was confronted by a top Obama aide who within seconds started dropping F-bombs. He said it was like a mafia-style attack on him. So what I find interesting here, I've got a theory, if you have another 10 seconds. Sure. I'll give it to you very quickly. Sure. I think this president, this administration, unlike others, have seen the press as their allies, as the people who further their agenda. It's like, hey, guys, we're on the same team. So when some reporter actually does his job and does a tough story, it's almost as if he's being disloyal. I know it sounds crazy, but if you think about it, I think there's something to that theory.
Betray us, you all love us.
Exactly.
At the Correspondents' Dinner a few years ago, President Obama even said that. He even said that, hey, thanks a lot, guys, you and I are simpatico. But I'm wondering whether the tone with the Obama administration is different from, say, the Bush administration or the Clinton administration.
Let me speak about the Bush administration. First of all, I've read that it wasn't like this in either of them, but let me say something about the Bush administration. George Bush and his team didn't expect anything good from the media, and when they didn't get anything good, they weren't disappointed. This president is different in that respect. And in another way, he's different. He comes off, he's got a great demeanor. He's got a great smile. He's always cool. He never gets flustered. But right behind the curtain are the Chicago thugs, the people that will yell at you, they will curse at you, and it's always, and you know this, Bill, it is always about one thing, trying to intimidate you, to make you think long and hard before you do something they don't like
and they deny
a second
access
time.
to people and things like that. But, I want them to curse at me, Bernie. I want them to try to intimidate me. I kind of ask them to do it. Can you just do a couple of F-bombs next time I call? Just a few.
It's great PR.
Yeah,
it's great PR
no,
for you, Bill.
No. I would find that so amusing. I would laugh. I would go, I just can't imagine. It happened to me once in my career in Boston, and the next time I saw the guy, I grabbed his tie, and I led him across a hotel lobby by his tie, and I kicked him right out into Copley Square. And I said, hey, next time you talk to me like that, you're going in the Charles River. You're lucky you just got away with the square tonight. That's the kind of guy I am.
You want to hear about the toughest blowback I ever got on something I wrote?
Yep.
I've covered several, presidential campaigns, and I've been at several national conventions. But the toughest, the hardest, the most severe blowback I ever got was from Dan Rather.
Oh, yeah?
When I wrote about liberal bias in the media. Now, you expect it from a politician because they're pushing back because, they're protecting their turf. But when you get it from another journalist, that's not a good thing.
Was this the Wall Street Journal article you wrote, the op-ed?
Yes.
Okay, but he's like, he comes off as this Texas genteel guy. Did he F you?
Exactly.
Did he F you, Bernie?
No, he didn't do that. But the blowback was pretty severe. It was.
He didn't yell at you, though. He just gave you that kind of Texas, well, I'm a little disappointed.
He didn't yell at me. He didn't say a word to me from February of 1996 when I wrote it until now.
But that's
not
a
word.
plus. That's a positive.
Yeah, you could look at it that way, I guess, yeah.
As long as if anybody curses you, Bernie, let me know right away, and then you and me will both get out and get them. All right?
Okay, hold on. No, hold on. I got an answer to that.
Okay.
Jesse Waters.
Jesse Waters.
Yes, get him. Get him for me, please. I'm begging you.
He's available, but he's banned in 8 states now. He's only got 42 states he can go. He can't go to Hawaii anymore. Can't go to Massachusetts or Colorado. So
that's a good thing.
You can still get down where you are in Florida for the time being.
Uh-oh.
All right, Bernie Goldberg, everybody. Adam.